Hello and welcome to Simply South. I'm Harish Upadhyay. This is the show that gets you the flavor of South India. And our top story this week comes from Tamil Nadu and Kerala. The special intensive revision of electoral rules launched by the Election Commission has triggered a massive storm in both these southern states. In Tamil Nadu, the DMK has said that they fear that their voters might be deleted in the SIR. TVK2 has raised concerns. In the meanwhile, the revenue officials who are crucial for this SIR to be a success have hit the street. Similarly, in Kerala, you have the government and the IOML going to the court. The government there says that with the local body polls on, it's very difficult to carry out the SIR process, and also it will have an impact on the administration. Both these states, remember, have now taken the issue to the Supreme Court, which will be hearing both these cases in this month separately. But more importantly, the question is, what will the SIR process ultimately end up with? How will all these political parties respond? And also, what will be the impact of it on the electoral outcome in both these states heading into polls early next year? We'll debate all this, but first the story.
With just 1 week remaining for the completion of the special intensive revision of electoral rolls in Tamil Nadu, SIR has sparked a massive showdown in the state. The DMK criticizes the Election Commission, stating that SIR will negatively affect minorities and the working class, and adds that millions of eligible voters may be impacted.
Certainly minority communities, the oppressed communities, illiterates are all going to be affected.
The BJP and the AIA-DMK have hit out at the DMK over SIR, saying the DMK is scared of losing fake voters. While the DMK has moved Supreme Court against SIR, the neighbouring state of Kerala too has moved the court. Earlier this week, BLOs under the various service organisations boycotted work and protested outside the office of the Chief Electoral Officer of Kerala after a BLO committed suicide, allegedly due to pressure of SIR work. BLOs have said they are under intense pressure and the time given for completing the work is too short.
Our instructions are very clear. Our instruction is to all the DEOs, all the district collectors, is that it's a teamwork. The target given to a BLO is not the BLO's target per se. It is the target of the district. It's the target of each and every one of us, and we all need to work together as a team and facilitate the BLO in exercising and meeting the target.
With just over 6 months left for both Tamil Nadu and Kerala to go to polls, both states are relying on legal routes to stop SIR. All eyes on the apex court judgment and the politics that follows.
Well, to take this debate forward, we have our eminent panel joining us today on the show. We have BJP spokesperson Mr. Narayanan Tirupati. We also have our DMK spokesperson Dharnidharan. We have political analyst Mr. Suman Sriraman, and also senior advocate of the Supreme Court Mr. Kaleswaram Raj joining us on the show today. I'll come to you, Mr. Dharnidharan, first. The state has approached the Supreme Court. We've also seen officials hitting the street protesting against it. There are now concerns that it could have an impact in terms of how many people get retained in the electoral rolls after the SIR process and how many get deleted.
See, I'll state my party stance clearly. We are not saying we are against the SIR process. SIR has happened before. We've been participant in it. But the primary question is the timing. Why now, few months before the election? Point number one. Point number two, how is 1 month sufficient? This whole process will take at least 1 year to be completed. Even in my house, I'm saying day before yesterday, I have to call the block level officer for some clarification. They didn't pick the phone. Right? So this is happening across Tamil Nadu. In fact, okay, I'll leave all this apart. Even if they're giving 1 month, what should have they done? They should have started planning 2 months earlier. They should have said to the officials. The officials should have been given training. The form should have been ready. It's all done haphazard manner. The form still has Bihar written in it. They're just cut, copy, pasted the Bihar form and given to us. So this can't be done in a month. So why is the hurry when you have not done the 2021 census, which should have been taken place in 2021? Okay, you had COVID until 22. The remaining for 3 years, you have not done the census. Because there is no census, we don't know how many people living in the country. 10 crore people are left out of Food Security Act. So when we have not even bothered to do the census, why are you doing the SIR process that 2 months before a few months before the election by giving only 1 month time? So that is a suspicion. first suspicion is you don't care about census, but you
Okay.
want to do this, right? And the form is also very cumbersome
Okay,
to be filled.
Mr. Narayanan Tirupati.
Earlier form. One more
Yeah,
point.
I'll come
In
to the
earlier
form in a bit.
process,
The questions
Yeah.
and yes, go on, Mr. Dhanidhar, quickly.
No, earlier SAR form, when SAR process was undertaken, the booth level workers used to come, okay, Dharnidharan, okay, your name is there, and then just verify and go. Now, everyone will have to submit the form and then find your number in the 2005 SAR and then submit it and then submit your parents' details and all. It's very cumbersome and there is no time left. Okay, I am an active politician, so I will take interest. People who are working, daily wage workers, people who are not adequately educated, how are they going to submit all this? And the block level workers already have a day job.
Yes.
It's not their only job. So how they have the capacity to do it? Because they have to do a day job also, right? That
Okay.
is why the staff officials went. So I
Yes.
think it is the most preposterous exercise ever undertaken, and I don't understand why this SAR
Okay.
has to be taken before 4 months of Tamil Nadu election by giving 1 month time. It's absolutely baffling to me when the matter is already sub
Okay.
judice in the Supreme Court.
Mr. Suman Sriraman, this is a concern that many have echoed, saying that this could be a tedious process for those who perhaps might not have much of literacy, especially slum dwellers, daily wage laborers, and considering several of these theories coming out of Bihar after elections, saying that especially in some constituencies, the ultimate lead, is much lower than the votes that were deleted. Do you see this intensifying further, sir?
Look, I think that there are two parts to it. One, should they have started it earlier? Yes, they should have started it earlier. I have no doubt. Perhaps they could have started the Tamil Nadu SIR at the same time that they started Bihar. So, because the officials who are going to do this SIR in Tamil Nadu are different. So, that would have given them another 2.5, 3 months additional time. So, I have no doubts, hesitation in saying that they should have started it earlier. Having said that, the SIR in Bihar has not till date thrown up any kind of significant issue of voters have protested about. So we have not seen on polling day, both in phase 1 and phase 2, we have not seen huge number of, in fact, even the India Alliance parties have not filed so many complaints with the Election Commission regarding mass deletion of
Yes,
voters.
not
and so
only
on.
complaints.
Yes, so the point is that seems to have gone fairly okay. Now, having said that, will Tamil Nadu also be uneventful? We don't know. But the ruling party certainly seems to have been spooked by it. I think they now feel they're now seeing a lot of ghosts everywhere, where they're saying that SIR will be used to delete lakhs. There's a possibility in Tamil Nadu that lakhs of voters can just be deleted and nobody will make a noise and everybody will just keep quiet. I don't think that's possible. I think the rolls have to be published. I think the date for that is, I think, February first week. And once they are published,
Yes.
we will then have a clear idea of where we stand. The point is the elections are not due till the end
Yes.
of April or the first week of May. So there is an additional month, around 30-40 days of additional time is there. Should the SIR not be a lot of confusion, there is still an additional 40 days to try and resolve these issues. I think the important thing is to see if the Election Commission is going to be flexible. In Bihar, everything had to be ordered by the Supreme Court. They were not flexible at all until the court kept giving
Yes.
orders. They said, we won't give you machine-readable formats. We won't give you list of voters who are deleted. That is awful, Harish, and that is not the way in which this whole
Yes.
process should be done. It should be transparent. And the Election Commission had to
Absolutely.
be, dragged into being transparent at every stage by the Supreme Court. So that is what is. So
In
if the
fact,
DMK
I'll
has
come
a
to that
concern
aspect
with
of Supreme Court and the... I'll come to that point of the intervention by the Supreme Court. I'll quickly bring in Mr. Narayanan Tirupati. Mr. Narayanan Tirupati, whether it's Kerala or Tamil Nadu, the question here is, perhaps this could have been done a bit earlier or possibly after the assembly election, because in Kerala, in fact, you are also local body poll that is currently underway, or at least the process has started. Huge machinery, government machinery is used in that. The same official will have to be part of SIR as well. Could this have been planned better? I know you will say this is the prerogative of the Election Commission, but definitely this is something that opposition parties have raised.
Harish, one BLO has to See, 1,000 voters, right? That means average around 300 families. And that comes to average of around 10 families a day. This is the work of the BLO. It is very, very simple, quite calm job for a BLO, and BLO accepts it. What is your problem? What is their problem? And as per Mr. Sumant, if this can be conducted before a month or two, then the opposition would have asked, why so hurry? 1 month is enough to conduct this. You should have conducted this only in the month of November. That is what they would have said. So, on average,
But sir, now the allegation by the opposition is that even BLOs don't have clarity.
No, that is only allegation by the opposition. Today I went to my booth, I saw my BLO. He very clearly said that out of 1,000, 80 people who were dead were removed. Literally. They have given the forms. 80 people, 80 dead persons' names have come, and they will be deleting it. And more than 100 people are not there at all in the booth. So more than 500, 50% of forms have come back. And the BLOs are very, very clear. See, these kind of accusations are done only by the opposition. And we have one, as told by
in fact,
Mr.
DMK
Suman.
says it seems to be a copy-paste job from Bihar because there's a mention of Bihar in one of
I
the
will tell you
points in the
what.
forms.
See, if it is a copy-paste thing from Bihar, then the DMK should be happy. Because absolutely there were no appeals or rejections or opposition to the SIR activity done in Bihar. Absolutely, even the booth level agents, BLA2s have signed everything. Each and every booth, they have gone and they have signed it. That means that Rahul Gandhi is not accepting or admitting that their booth workers are very efficient in working. No, so it is Rahul Gandhi and Mr. Stalin unnecessarily trying to confuse people. Their cadres are very, very clear. They are very clear. They have given it in writing.
So it's a different,
Even after elections, they have given it in
argument
writing.
on why Bihar did not
What
see any
argument?
opposition
What
in
is
terms
this?
of
Who said?
objections filed before the election commission.
No, who said? Who said? Bihar? No, who said? Bihar
only one question,
had
10
lot of
seconds.
opposition. 1 second, Dharani. Bihar faced lot of opposition. What I am trying to say now is that after the
Quickly, Mr.
SIR,
Dhanidharan.
after the SIR,
my question is,
no one objected it. That's it.
No. My question to him is, India is one of the very few democratic countries. Even Pakistan has done the census. They have not done the census. We don't know exactly how many people live in this country, right? And because of that, we are not, without data, you can't make policy. So there is no hurry in doing census. But why SIR? And that too in 1 month.
It has to do. Duplicates have come. Dead people have not been deleted, and
But
a
10
lot
crore
of
people
duplicate
can be
entries
without
have
food.
come. No. See,
10 crore people can be without food.
that is a different subject. If I don't accept your 10 crore people without food. I don't accept
It is recorded in the
even
parliament,
if it
sir.
is
And
there.
food
No.
secretary had 10 crore
You
people
are
elected
totally
because
wrong.
I'll come to the
estimated wrong
deletions in a
numbers.
bit.
No.
I'll come to both of you.
Because we
But
don't have
one
data.
point
We don't
that
know
I
how
have to
many people
raise
are living
here
without the-
is the
Do
judicial
you know how many people are
intervention.
living in this country right now?
I'll come back
Only-
to Mr. Dhanidharan.
Do you know how many people are living in this
Let me
country
allow
right
Mr.
now?
Kaleshwaram Raj to make his opening remarks. I'll come to you. Mr. Kaleshwaram Raj, as Mr. Sumant Sriraman pointed out, in Bihar, we have seen the Supreme Court having to intervene on almost every aspect of this process or every stage and almost micromanage it or at least monitor it very closely. Do you see the same happening here, sir? Because both the states have approached the Supreme Court. Even the IOML has approached the Supreme Court, which has been listed for later in the month of November now.
Yes, it's very difficult for a constitutional court to micromanage the appeals of a fourth branch institution, namely the Election Commission. It has to be done on the ground by the competent authority using the human resources. And as far as Bihar is concerned, as Harish rightly said, for everything, the Supreme Court had to make some kind of interim order or arrangement, which was very, very unfortunate for a situation for a democracy. You see, which kind of documents have to be accepted? Even for accepting Aadhaar, a basic document of identity in our country, it required a lot of judicial effort to make it happen. So that kind of thing, the crux of the matter is, as a fourth branch institution, the credibility of the commission has been eroded unprecedentedly in the country. See, So far, we have been facing controversies and debates post elections, whereas this is a historical situation where we are facing it right before the election, right during the preparation of the electoral roll. As far as the present sir in these two states is concerned, there are so many difficulties, so many ambiguities. The Supreme Court did not even open the basic questions raised in the Bihar SIR case even now, like whether the present kind of SIR is even permissible, going by the text of Section 21 of the Representation of the People Act is a basic question, which is not so far
Yes.
addressed by the court. The court has only made certain arrangement as if the SIR is otherwise valid, to which I have certain disagreement, fundamental disagreement. Anyway, that is what is happening. Now, the form supplied in these two states is extremely ambiguous. It is very, very vague to the core. Even educated persons are not in a position to fill up the form so as to make it available, so as to place it before the BLOs. This is one situation. Second, it is totally ill-managed. There is scarcity of time. 1 month is hardly enough to make a massive exercise like the special intensive revision. So these are all problems which are being faced, and illiterate persons and the persons who are downtrodden, who are otherwise marginalized, otherwise backward, are facing it extremely difficult to find
That's
a
in
place.
fact is a real concern. Mr.
Yes.
Sumantraman, do you see somewhere the judiciary intervening and the entire process getting slightly delayed? Because there are two states now that have approached the Supreme Court. You have also parties like IUM.
Will issue orders, probably extending the duration of the SIR based on what is the feedback which is received, and at the same time, I think there could be instructions like releasing the list of. We don't know. They gave an instruction to release the list of 65 lakh people who had been deleted in Bihar. Until then, the Election Commission did not do that.
Deleted, yes.
So, yeah. So they had to be forced by the Supreme Court, which is absurd. Why don't you know whom you have deleted from the electoral rolls? It takes just a minute for you to that data and to make it available. So I think the problem is the credibility of the Election Commission of India is extremely low. People are having an issue with the manner of functioning. You say, I will not give you CCTV footage. You go and tell the court, we have deleted all these records of earlier elections. You go and give saying that you will give the data, but you won't give it in machine-readable format. So it will make it as difficult as possible for political parties to collate the data. What kind of a message are you sending to the people? This is not being transparent.
Yes.
So I have no hesitation at all in saying that the courts must intervene, must ensure that the SIR in Tamil Nadu is conducted in a manner that is beyond critique or beyond questioning by any of the political parties. So right now, things are on political lines. DMK and the DMK allies are against the SIR. The AIADMK, the BJP and those coalition partners are for the SIR. So my point is, it is not about whether DMK is opposed or ADMK. No, my point, Harish, is that irrespective of which party wants it or not wants it, eventually it is a question of the mandate of the people. That cannot be removed arbitrarily. And the Election Commission is duty bound to make the maximum amount of, carry out the SIR with the maximum amount of transparency in the system.
Yes. Mr. Narayanan Tirupati, this is not the first time that SIR is taking place. It's taken place earlier as well. The fact now that we are having so much controversy, as Mr. Sumantraman is saying, is it because there is lack of confidence, or the confidence in trust in EC has reduced over time, and the fact that it takes a Supreme Court order to put out the numbers and the details of the overall deletion in Bihar, things like these perhaps could have led to that?
Never. The credibility of the Election Commission is the highest across the world. India's Election Commission's credibility across the world is the highest. It is laughable that persons like Suman Sri Raman are demeaning our Election Commission of India, whereas the entire
but sir,
world
he's given
is
several examples.
Why are you refusing to give data, sir?
I will tell you what. The Election Commission is told as to why they have not revealed. Then the Supreme Court said you give it. Then they gave it. There is absolutely no problem. You tell me out of 65 lakhs, they said, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, so many people said, out of 65 lakhs, at least 10% of them, 6,50,000 should have gone to the court or should have protested. No one. Okay, leave even 10%.
Okay.
1%, 65,000. Did they go? No. 6,500. No. 65 people did not go to court, sir, saying that our names are deleted. That means what?
Okay.
SIR is a clean chit. SIR is very transparent. That is, phase 1 has proved that the SIR will remove the duplicate and the debt. Definitely.
Sir,
this is what has happened. That will happen in Tamil Nadu also.
Sir, with all due respect to the EC, I don't know how many of those laborers really have the capacity to go to the court.
Come on, what is this? That's what I said.
Sir, I will quickly go back to Kaleshwaram Raj.
65. What is this, Harish? Out of 65 lakhs, I said even not even 65 people went. What? I never said 65 lakh people did not go. I said at least 65. What is it?
Fine. Okay, fine. Mr. Kaleshwaram Raj, the Kerala's argument is slightly different. They are saying there is a local body election that's going on, and in terms of using the government machinery, it's impossible to carry out both ISR and going on with the local body election and then have day-to-day administration. You think that's more valid or a more reasonable reason for the Supreme Court to in fact take into account and delay this process?
That's a genuine concern, and I think it is a very bona fide concern which has been raised by the state of Kerala before the Supreme Court. See, the point is, as of now, simultaneously several things are happening. The local body election is being taken by the electorate as well as by the political parties very, very seriously in the state, which will mean that the entire time is being consumed for the electoral kind of purposes and other kind of propaganda and things like that. That's happening on the ground. Then along with that, with a very shortened time limit, one will have to fill up this form, collect the forms. The BLOs also are extremely, busy with it, which make the entire situation very chaotic. So this would have been rather avoided. And again, more importantly, the philosophy behind an electoral revision should be to include, to accommodate more and more persons rather than to exclude them from the electoral. Therefore, taking the right stand in the matter, they could have acted more prudently, taking more time with a sense of, the responsibility and practical mindedness about the whole issue. That is not happening.
In fact, it's important to note here that even the Chief Electoral Officer of Kerala had mentioned that it would be difficult for them to carry out a SIR process when the local body elections are on. Unfortunately, I'm out of time on this debate. Yes, absolutely out of time on this debate. Thank you, Mr. Kaleshwaram Raj, Mr. Dhanidharan, Mr. Narayanan Tirupati, and Mr. Suman Sriraman for joining us on this show. Well, we'll have to look at what the Supreme Court says. That is going to be crucial on how the SIR process goes forward in both these southern states. Well, that was the top story of the week from South India, but there were several other major stories that hit the headlines from across South India. As we end this show, we'll get you a quick roundup of all those stories. Thank you for watching.
With just over 6 months to go for the Tamil Nadu State Assembly polls, Tamaraga Vetri Karagam is all set to resume yatras starting December. In fact, the party functionaries did approach the Salem police officers seeking permission for meeting the people and starting its campaign from Salem on the 4th of December. Police said that it's the festival day and therefore they can change to another date post the 4th of December. So all eyes on Tamaraga Vetri Karagam kickstarting rallies and the measures that both the TVK and the police officers and respective district administrations take for the TVK rallies to ensure that a Karur-like situation does not happen in the future. Face-off between the DMK and the BJP escalated this week over the metro rail projects for Madurai and Coimbatore districts. Remember, Prime Minister had come to Coimbatore to attend a farmers' summit earlier this week, and it's the same day that the DMK issued a statement that metro rail projects for Coimbatore and Madurai have been denied by the union government. The DMK says that metro rail projects are approved only in BJP-ruled states, whereas states like Tamil Nadu are largely ignored by the BJP. The BJP hit back at the DMK and says that that the BJP is doing its best to ensure that the metro rail projects are implemented in places where it meets the population criteria and it's not the other way around, and accuses the DMK of spreading false information. This is certainly going to be one of the narratives that the DMK will take forward in the run-up to the 2026 State Assembly polls.
We are at Pampa. Now this is the point from where the trek towards Sannidhanam, the hill shrine in Sabrimala, begins. On one side here we can see that devotees are coming with their irumudi. That is the one which they have kept on top of their heads. That is the irumudi. With that they are going up towards Sannidhanam. The trek begins from here. Let's try and get some reactions of some of these devotees who had finished their pilgrimage. So you're just coming down after your pilgrimage. So how was your experience this time? Was there a heavy crowd? How many hours did you have to
Absolutely. This is the first time we have experienced this much of crowd, and it's almost took like 7 to 8 hours of time. So unfortunately yesterday night by the time we reached, then so there is a Harivarasanam and a break time, so we have waited for 3 hours in the queue, 3-4 hours in the queue, and the morning we did the darshan. But ultimately it's a very wonderful darshan we had, and the team is also doing a good job actually, and they're managing crowd very well.
Bengaluru has witnessed one of its biggest daylight heists. A gang posing as Reserve Bank of India officials looted over 7 crore from an ATM cash replenishment van near South End Circle. Police say the men arrived in an Innova, flashed fake ID cards and forced the CMF staff at gunpoint to divert the vehicle to Dairy Circle, where they shifted the cash and fled. 2 men have been identified and detained in Chittoor, Andhra Pradesh, and as the investigation widened, 2 others, one police constable with Govindpura station identified as Anappa and an ex-CMF staffer identified as Xavier have also been arrested. In a major push to decongest the IT capital and distribute growth beyond Bengaluru, the Karnataka government has announced an incentive, a one-time relocation perk of 50,000 per employee for tech firms willing to shift jobs to Tier 2 cities. The new IT policy of the Karnataka government aims to pull both investment and talent towards growing tech hubs like Mangaluru, Hubli, Dharwad, Shivamogga, Kalaburgi and Mysuru. The idea is quite simple: bring the jobs to where the talent is instead of forcing talent to migrate to Bengaluru.